Good morning to one and all present over here. We're just starting, teachers. That's why you're not able to hear anything. A very warm welcome to one and all present over here. Thank you so much for joining on another Super Sunday workshop. And this time, right after artificial intelligence in the last week, we are getting into something very important and very underrated topic called as cyber safety and security. This has been one of the talk of the town since the last few years, especially in government agencies and bodies. And even now, CIET and NCRT has come up with various training programs on digital literacy, cybersecurity, and safety, especially for the teachers and, of course, for the students. So, where do you gain access to all these things? Where do you learn all these things? Yes, one place is Super Sunday Workshop where you get an exposure about it. But more importantly, these workshop in a very detailed manner, a 5 hour session, a 6 hour session, organized specifically for the Indian teachers out there, is done by NCRT and CIET. So I'm going to show you some of the links from where you can access all these things before even we start on this, so that this particular Super Sunday workshop provides a glimpse about those terminologies on cybersecurity and a basic idea on how all these things are happening. Now, once you understand this particular session today, it'll become very easy when there is a new term introduced in those detailed sessions. So when we went through the detailed sessions of NCRT and CIT, we understood that we are talking about cyber safety, we are talking about attacking, we are talking about the vulnerabilities that the children are having, but we are not really understanding the basics of what exactly is this attack all about. Why are we even doing it, for that matter? To that extent, we are not able to understand because of the basic literacy part of what exactly computers are. So we're going to touch on all those basic aspects in this session, and if need be, depending on the session flow today and your understanding, we will come up with one more session on cybersecurity with some technicalities added to it. Well, this session is going to be more like an introduction to the world of new age of war. It seems that there are a lot of predictions out there. The third world war it could be a bio war, where already there are a lot of speculations that COVID is one such initiation or beginning, or else it could be a cyber war. These are the two major threats that are the mankind can have, or women can, I mean, it could be anything, can have in future. But these are the two things that the children need to be really aware about, and it can come in any form, any shape, and let's see how it happens. My name is Vasudevan Natarajan, working at Super Teacher Edu Reforms Private Limited. We keep conducting this Super Sunday workshop every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., talking about the latest advancements in our Indian education system in comparison with various other countries. In case if you're joining here for the first time, I would request you to join on a regular basis every Sunday, so that you get a very good amount of exposure on Sundays. That's the difficult part, but it'll definitely be worth the time that you're spending over here. Let's quickly start over here, teachers. If you're not able to hear me clearly, I would request you to please check your audio. I think the other teachers are able to hear me. That's great. Let's quickly share the screen. Today's topic is quite interesting, quite detailed. You will have to take a lot of notes. No. Listen to me very carefully. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And for that particular matter, let's start with a simple story. All the content that I have taken here is from our own curriculum that we have developed for computer science. And the way it is written is going to be, one sample or example in this particular session. Well, keeping that agenda aside, the priority is going to be on giving exposure towards the world of cybernetics. Let me quickly share my screen and get into the world of cyber safety and security. Where are we? Here we go. In another 3, 2, 1. You should be able to see my screen. And great. Now, when we talk about cyber safety and security, it's quite a common term. We have been hearing this term multiple times. People keep talking about it. Computer teachers understand this very well, whereas the core subject teachers sometimes find it very difficult to, what exactly are you talking about? Yeah, you say something related to cyber, that means it has got something to do with internet. But in order to understand cyber safety and security, we need to understand what exactly internet is. And that's what we're going to get into in the first zone itself. So here in this case, to have a quick definition of what exactly cyber safety is, it's cyber safety is the safe and responsible use of information and communication technology It is about keeping information safe and secure, but also about being responsible with that information, being respectful to other people online, and using good internet etiquette. It's all about internet over here. Yeah, it includes body of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect networks, computers, programs, and data from attack, damage, or unauthorized access. Now you will understand, or we will get to understand the meaning of the statement in a wholesome manner a little later. Right now I'm just putting it for the sake of it, but what exactly internet is all about, that's what we are going to get into. But look at this story. Yeah, so here in this case, I think when we talk about cybersecurity, I think some of you would have heard about this particular story. Have you seen this toy anywhere? Put it on the chat, teachers. Anyone out there? Have you seen this toy where there's a horse standing over there and there are wheels present? Oh, okay, it's Trojan horse. Troy. Oh, fantastic. Many people know about it. Lovely, interesting. That's great. So here in this case, for the people who are looking at this for the Trojan, what Trojan of Taurus? Yeah, exactly. Troy. Troy is yeah, the state, the place, war. Exactly. So many people know about it. Let me put it on the a proper context for the people who are looking at it for the first time. So actually, this in an epic tale, in a story, the king of Greece led a massive army. There was always a fight between the Greece and the Troy. These are the two sect of communities out there. They used to have their own areas, and they used to reign into this different, and it was all about war and occupying others region, right? It was all about that. So in an epic battle, the king of Greece led a massive army which filled thousands of ships, okay, to attack the city of Troy. But actually, unfortunately, with the support of their allies, Troy raised an equally large army, and it was quite impossible to defeat Troy with their master plans and the way they were present. So Greece was always in a plan to actually, defeat Troy. So what exactly they did was this war continued for a decade, and the Greek soldiers were growing weary as they had already lost many of their great leaders. At this point, look at the cunningness over here. The Greeks built a large wooden horse which helped them win the war in no time. Now, how do you think a large wooden horse can actually win a war? That too, wooden horse. So, what was so special about this horse? How did it win the war? And how does this connect to the cyber world? Let's explore. So, in any case, yes, Brad Pitt was actually exactly. Okay, so you've seen the movie as well. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Trojan horse, a virus disguising itself as a safe application. Oh wow, everybody knows about it. Soldiers were hidden in it. Exactly. So what exactly used to happen is, exactly happened was, so the Greece said that okay, we don't want war anymore. Let us have a compromise, and I'm going to give you a gift. Just to have this, and they placed this horse right in front of the gate of that huge kingdom, and inside this the soldiers were hidden actually, which Troy did not know about. So look at the next slide. So the Greeks pretended to abandon the war and left the wooden horse outside Troy's gates. The Trojans, people of Troy, brought it inside, unaware that the horse was hollow and that there were Greek soldiers hidden within. At night, these soldiers came out of the horse and opened the city gates. This allowed the rest of the Greek army to enter, capture Troy, and thus win the war. Everything is fair in love and war. Everything is fair in love and war. शायद ऐसी चीजों की वजह से they say all these nonsense. But anyways, in the digital realm, black hats also use similar tactics. Now, black hats are those people who actually attack one person or a group of person, or even a state or even a country for that matter, in order to disrupt some sort of a communication. These people are also called as hackers, or there's a special term to them called as black hats. Black hats, Sherlock Holmes. Does that any ring a bell? Anyways, we'll talk about that later. They send a in the digital realm. Black hats are also use similar tactics. They send a malware which seems to be genuine and useful software, tricking the users to install it. Once activated, the malware damages system files and grants unauthorized access to the black hats. Such malware is aptly called a Trojan horse. Thus, the moral is that we should be beware of black hats and their Trojan horses. So the virus is actually called as Trojan horse. Now, what are these malwares? What do you mean by it? And how does it all work? Let us understand this one step at a time. Appears to be a friend, but malfunctions the computer software. Friendly virus? Okay, could be. Kind of, but not really. Let's go forward. Let's move forward. So what is cyber attack or cyber crime or cyber safety? Before understanding the above words, we need to understand what exactly is internet. So teachers, I'm stopping the screen share for a few seconds. Now, what exactly is internet? Now, this is in a very simple terminology. Let's understand this, because if we understand this, things will become very clear. Yeah. Now, internet is all about interconnected network. A network means what? It's like multiple computers are connected to each other. Just imagine we have got some people out there. We have got Meghna ma'am, we have got Vaishali ma'am, Chandra, Janvi, Sashi. You are all the people who are there. Now you're all connecting your computers to one another with a cable. Just imagine you're all sitting in a room and you're all connecting the computers with one another with a cable. It could be an Ethernet cable, USB cable, some sort of a cable. But after connection, Shashi is able to access Janvi's computer ka content. Now Janvi says that, who was Devarati ma'am, or hey Vaishali ma'am, could you please transfer that movie to me? Then Vaishali ma'am says that मेरे पास pen drive नहीं है. I don't have anything. Can you just directly connect my computer to your computer and take the movie from my hard disk? She says, yes, I can do that. That means indirectly what I'm trying to tell you is, whenever these computers are connected with wires to each other, there are chances, there is a possibility that one computer can access the data of another computer. And when you are able to access multiple hard disk or multiple computer ka data, which is generally stored in a device called as hard disk in a computer, this particular access is called as internet. I hope you're able to understand. Just imagine the whole world is connected to each other. So all the internets and all the computers are connected to each other, and every computer has an access to access the data of other computers. That's what is called as internet. For example, right now I'm connecting my computer to the world of internet. That means I'm entering the network and I am able to access the hard disk of Zoom probably. You are also able to access the hard disk of Zoom probably. That's why we are able to connect and talk to each other. So everything is stored in a particular place called as hard disk, and these hard disks are controlled and present by multiple people across the globe. Google has got their own hard disk. Zoom has got their own hard disk. Now, when we talk about hard disk as such, these disks are also called as data centers. Now, these data centers have got all this information. Do not get into too much of details. This is enough, more than sufficient for us to understand. But what's more fascinating is the second aspect. The first one is hard disk, right? Now, what is second? Just imagine I am sending a message to Richa Arora ma'am. Now, you tell me which one is a true statement. Now, I'm going to talk about two statements. You need to tell me which one is true statement. The statement number one. I'm sending a WhatsApp message to Richa ma'am stating today is the session at 10 o'clock. Okay. So, statement number one. Vasu sends the message. The message goes to ISP1, Internet Service Provider, some feature, and it goes to the satellite. Then it goes to Internet Service Provider of Richa, and then Richa's phone. This is the statement number one. Vasu to ISP, ISP to satellite, satellite to another ISP, and to Richa. Statement number two. Vasu sends a message to Richa, which happens by Vasu sends the message, it goes to ISP1, and then it goes to ISP2, and then it goes to Richa. There is no satellite in the second case. I'll repeat it. Which statement is true? Statement number two is Vasu sends a message, it goes to ISP1, then ISP2, and then to Richa. Now you tell me which one according to you. Just think and tell me. It need not have any logic. Which one is true? Come on, think about it. In the first case, the message gets transferred from me, it goes to ISP, then it goes to satellite, then another ISP, and then to Richa. In the second case, ISP to ISP and Richa. There's no satellite. Great. So multiple people are coming with multiple answers. Richa ma'am says 2, some people say 1, some people say satellite. Okay, Nilanjana ma'am, you're absolutely correct. Okay, true. Which one is true? 1 is true, 2 is true. Samaptika ma'am, okay, that's great. I like your name. Okay, Kiran. Okay, Savita, that's great. So teachers here in this case, whenever we say that the message actually goes via the satellite on WhatsApp or on internet is actually a false statement. The true statement is internet does not require a satellite to be present. If it is present, that's an additional advantage. Okay, but that's not the way in reality it happens. Imagine Richa ma'am is present in United States. Vasu is present in Bangalore right now. If I'm sending a message to Richa, it actually travels via a wire that is present from my house to Richa's house in United States. The wire comes to my house. It goes to the Bangalore town. under the that the people keep digging the roads. The wires are laid over there. It crosses probably Mangalore waterways or Mumbai waterways under Arabian Sea. Then it goes to probably Indian Ocean, then under the Pacific Ocean, and then finally it goes to the New York City where Richa is present. So here in this case, we have an actual cable that connects one person to another and not the satellite. And hence, statement number one is false and statement number two is true. I hope everyone is able to understand. And you know what? I'll show you how it looks like. So I'm sharing my screen. Watch this, teachers. This will be quite an enlightenment for all of you. See this. So this is that website on which you can actually check the way the wires are laid down. Now you can see that internet, and the website is called as submarinecablemap.com. Shall we look into it? Here we go. So submarine cable map website looks something like this, and you can see that these are the wires that are actually present. And you know what? Who lays down these wires? These wires are laid down by Airtel, Jio. Just because they're laying down the wires, you're paying them monthly fees. Thanks for putting the wire. I'm able to connect to people. Lo, ye mera paisa tumhare liye. That is why these guys are called as internet service providers. I hope you're able to understand now. So internet is not something where things happen in the air. It's not just about the waves that's traveling. Now, a wired connection can become wireless, and that's why it's called as wireless fidelity or Wi-Fi. Now I think it's, if you are able to understand. Similarly, every mobile phone has got this attribute of hotspot. Yeah, you would share your information from one phone to another via share chat, or some NFC technology, something. All these are abilities of data transfer which is wireless in nature, but in a closed proximity. That's not as easy as we think. Well, here we are, and you can see that this is India. India, you can see Chennai and Mumbai are the two places where it's supposed to be the hub of internet. That is the reason in India, the internet is so affordable. Just imagine there are so many wires. Being a peninsula country, यहाँ पे जमीन खोदना ज़्यादा, like it's not difficult. We don't have to do it. We have to do it, of course, but not that much. But the ability or the possibility of establishing wired connection in India is quite easy. And that's the reason internet is so affordable. But if you go to Middle East nations, like in desert areas and all, giving internet is very difficult. That's why 1.5 GB data you get every day free of cost. And not free of 3 months ka paisa. It's hardly what per day you will get it, what 50-60 paise apart from the calls. Not even that much. But if you go to any Middle East nation or a European nation, you'll find that 1.5 GB data per month is around 1,200 to 1,500 rupees. I think you're able to understand that now. Yeah. So this is submarine cable map, and where there is not even electricity. So Sayer ma'am, that's what is happening. That's what is happening. So villages are having their wired connections out there, and electricity is not mandate for all these things. More importantly, this does not mean that wireless connection is not possible. It is a secondary thing, but primarily these are the things. But sticking on to the topic of today, what exactly is happening now? Just imagine there is one person over here cutting one of this wire. Would you like it? Now, that particular thing is called a cyber attack. Now, whenever you're transferring a message in the wire and suddenly somebody is able to capture the data from the wire, somewhere it is called a cyber attack. In a layman's term, if I have to give you an example, it is more like an interruption when two people are talking. Just imagine a husband and a wife are talking to each other. Parents are talking to each other, and the child keep talking in between. Papa, mujhe ye kharid ke do. Mummy, ye kharid ke do. I'm going to buy something. That moment, that particular child has just launched a cyber attack on you. I hope you're able to connect the point right now. So it's more like an interruption in multiple forms and ways. Here in this case, child is actually attacking, and the maximum disturbance can happen is the husband and wife probably cannot have a good interaction, and that's okay. But when it is a matter of internet, a lot of things can happen. What can happen? Let's look into the slides one more. And yeah, so I'm not getting into the details of the wires over here. So every wire has got its own company. You can see that flag Europe Asia, this is called as EFA. Then when I go to the green one, that has got C, me, V3. Every company is different over here. So that's one of the concepts of colored thing. You can even check the wires from here. The moment I click on this, that particular cable alone will be visible. So you can see this. So when I click on, say, Aruba wala, then again there is a separate wire over here. So how the undersea cables actually work is present over here on submarine cable map, and this is real time. This keeps on getting updated. So let's go back to our main place and understand what exactly cybersecurity is. I'm sharing my screen with the sound on. There's going to be a video playing right now to quickly understand what exactly cybersecurity. Watch this.
What is cybersecurity, and how does it protect you? Cybersecurity is the front line of defense against attacks on computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, and networks. Attacks come through the internet. Cybercrimes are perpetrated by criminals who target individuals or networks for financial gain or to cause service disruption. Cyberterrorism is another type of attack. It's where technology is used to inflict real-world damage or cause critical disruption to infrastructure. If you go online using any electronic device, you are susceptible to cyber attacks and need some form of cybersecurity. How do cybercriminals and hackers launch cyber attacks? A common threat is malware or malicious software. Malware comes in various forms. A virus infects files with malicious code. A Trojan causes damage or collects data. Spyware records a user's activities, which means it can capture credit card details. Ransomware locks files and data. Cybercriminals threaten to erase them unless a ransom is paid. Adware spreads malicious code through tempting advertisements. Botnets are networks of computers infected with malware. They enable cybercriminals to perform tasks online without the user's permission. Other cyber attacks come in the form of phishing. This is an email or message that requests personal information, such as passwords or credit card numbers. SQL injection inserts malicious code into a database. SQL injection inserts malicious code into a database. This gives hackers access to sensitive information. Man-in-the-middle attack is where a cybercriminal intercepts communication between two users in order to steal data. Denial of service attack is where a network or server is overwhelmed with traffic, preventing the system from performing its regular functions. While those affected the most from cyber attacks are retailers and medical providers, public services, individuals are still at risk. And it only takes one person to accidentally download malware onto their company's network by not adhering to simple security practices. How can you protect yourself and your employer from cyber threats? Updating the operating systems and software on your devices. This gives you security patches to fight off the latest cyber threats and bugs. To protect yourself, check out Kaspersky's products. Links in descriptions. Create strong passwords. These should be
Great. So that was about Kaspersky. Kaspersky is a very big organization which makes antiviruses. I think some of you know about it. Even in your system, you have Kaspersky, right? Some of you might even would have heard about this antivirus company called as Norton Antivirus, McAfee Antivirus. Now, these are the people who are out there saying that we are the cyber police out there, attacking these attackers. And these people will also have those kind of people who can hack the systems but in a legal manner, and these people are generally or with a lot of generosity called as ethical hackers. Now this is exactly something, it's quite an irony. So it's exactly what happens here in real life outside, and the same thing can happen online on internet as well. Only thing is the language is very different. In case of online or internet community, it's going to be about programs and softwares, but in case of the real life scenarios, you have got an actual judicial system uh, taking the people onto the bars and speaking on it. Both are nearly the same, but here you need to have a special skill. White hats. You're absolutely right, Kiran. Anyways, let's quickly get into the concept of cybersecurity right now. Now that we have understood a little bit about what cybersecurity is all about, what internet is all about, what cyber attack is all about, a little bit you would have understood. Now, further slides will give more clarity on what exactly we are intending to speak. And for this, I would like to share my screen once more. Here we go. Great. So now, when we actually talk about a cyber attack and black hats, this is the definition. You can see it over here. A cyber attack is a malicious attempt to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems, networks, or data with the intention of causing harm or stealing information. Have you seen this? Sometimes what happens is in your class, when there are two children fighting with each other, when one child is harming the other child, and they would have just scribbled the notebook, and the other child really gets angry right now, that child will not scribble the notebook back sometimes, okay? Otherwise it's a war. But what they'll do, when this child is not in the place, he'll actually take out the notebook of the other child and start scribbling in each and every page. He wanted to create some sort of a harmful situation for the other person, or harm to the other person. That's exactly what we're talking about. A cyber attack is done by a person who want to deliberately create a harm. Now this harm can happen because somebody likes it, or somebody wants to take a revenge. There are a lot of revenge stories out there. Some of the banks whole system was hacked because that particular person was not granted a loan, and some banks were even hacked because they took out all the digital money from that particular bank and transferred to their account. This has happened. So when we talk about concepts like digital money, when we talk about concepts like digital currency basically, or concepts like internet banking, or credit card transactions, it's all related to money that I'm talking about for immediate understanding. All these things are directly vulnerable because these are new things that has come in over the last 10 to 15 years. And if somebody has understood that very well, can create a program in order to transfer everything to your own place. Now you might think that uh, don't you think doing this is actually putting a lot of people on risk? The money can be lost and all, but it is found that the money was more secure and less of hacking has happened on internet than an actual theft in a bank. I hope you're able to understand. So if there is a bank out there and money stealing is a problem, physical was always easier than the online transactions, it seems. Well, if you are a victim of that, there are a lot of places from where you can actually raise the complaints and all. But we'll talk about it. So a cyber attack is a malicious attempt to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems, networks, or data with the intention of causing harm. What can they do with our data? Let's talk about it. The people involved in cyber attacks are known as hackers or black hats. Black hats are individuals who exploit computer system to engage in illegal activities in the cyber world. Let's go forward. Cyber crimes can happen in 5 major areas. Now multiple documents has got multiple crime categorization. There's no standard right now, but in India, in CBSE or in CIET and NCRT training programs, these are the 5 things that they talk about. Okay, the first one is called as identity theft. What exactly it is, let's talk about it. Password theft, phishing, malware attack, ransomware attack. Software. What do you mean by software? Anything that we can install on the computer or a mobile phone. Software is it's like malware. Malware is also kind of a software, but to harm someone. Ransomware is also a software to harm someone in terms of monetary benefits. So they are all one term indirectly. They are all programs. It's not that there's a person entering the internet. No, there is a person entering the internet in the form of a program that can cause harm to the system. That's what these words are. Now, what do you mean by identity theft? This is very important, teachers, because especially children in the age category of grade 8, 9, they all have their own Gmail IDs, YouTube channels, Instagram profiles, though they're not supposed to, Facebook profiles. A lot of vulnerabilities out there. They get exposed out there, and a lot of things can happen. What can happen with respect to identity theft? Watch this. Identity theft is a cybercrime where private information is stolen and used for criminal activity. Just imagine Koshti ma'am is a student of grade 8, and I am one of the person who would like to cause harm to her school, for example. I am the hacker, or I am the terrorist over here, or whatever you call that up. So in that case, I can actually log in into a system. I can portray myself to be Koshti, and I can create a program or a virus that can affect the school system. And once people find it out, they will not come and catch me. They'll come and catch Koshti. That's called as identity theft. Now contact your friends and ask for money, claiming emergency. This has already happened. Now you would have seen that in Instagram. This is very trending right now. Many people are messaging the friends that I'm running short of 5,000 rupees. Could you please immediately transfer? You'll think that your friend is actually messaging. But no, it's not the case. So it's always ideal whenever you get any message or a call for that matter these days, we really need to call the actual person, probably if possible, meet the person in reality and say that, did you really ask that? That's very important. Use the details to create fake profile by cyberbully or to cyberbully others. Now, this has also happened. Commit other cyber crimes using a fake profile which looks exactly like your profile. Now, this was becoming, or this was trending back in some time, where a male portrays himself to be a female portrays herself to be a male, and there are a lot of conversations that happen on the internet on various platforms. This is called as fake profile. According to law, fake profiles are illegal. If you're caught, then you are coming under punishable offense. So this is very important to tell the children at the right age that fake profiles, if you're having with a wrong age, a wrong mail ID, in India right now it is not so very strict, but in many other countries this is super strict, and in India also it can become very strict very soon. So it's very important for you also to make sure that whenever you create any profile online, try to give as authentic information as possible, because somewhere or the other people will know about you. Yeah, this type of cybercrime may cause severe financial loss of reputation, and thus disrupt the victim's life. Additionally, the process to restore one's identity is time consuming, costly, and often leaves a lasting impact on the victim's trustworthiness, both online and among his friends. Sometimes, even in identity theft, in your own profile, what these people will do, they'll morph your images. And this morphing has got a lot of emotional effect on a particular child, or even for a adult like us. And sometimes things take a wrong step, and people have gone to the extent of suicide as well. So it's very important to get educated about, like, these things could be wrong. If a child is coming and feeling very ashamed and embarrassed to come and tell the parents that something like this happened, the embarrassment is not because the child has undergone that. It's because what my parents will think about it, or what my teachers will think about it. So here in this case, more than the child, the parents and the teachers need to be educated about such things can happen. So trusting a photo is impossible these days. Trusting a video is totally impossible these days. In fact, back in those days, few years back, around 15 to 20 years back, videos were considered to be evidences of some crimes, but now they are not considered even. In fact, even a voice can be duplicated. If I install a software of artificial intelligence right now, my voice can get converted to Hrithik Roshan or Shah Rukh Khan's voice. And you know that very well, right? So that need not happen. So it's very important for us to get educated, more than educating the children and then talking about it. Let's go forward. Identity theft ke baad hota hai password theft. Now, this is a serious crime and you all know about it. I don't know how many of you have experienced this. Password theft mein na, sometimes your ATM pins get taken away. Do you know that? Like, password theft means obtaining someone else's login credentials or passwords without their consent to access sensitive information, commit fraud and other cyber crimes. So the moment they get password, you are or you are allowing an external person to use your data. It's like from your mail ID. Just imagine Arunima ma'am is sending a mail to her principal stating that, I don't like your school. I don't want to come from tomorrow to your school. Just imagine, a situation like this. Now, the moment principal looks at this mail, just imagine principal trusts or believes in this. This is going to create a serious problem in the career of Arunima over here. And it'll be very difficult for Arunima to even tell her that she didn't do it. You don't have any evidence to prove that this was not done by you or anyone else. So here in this case, it's very important for the principal to call Arunima and check, did you really send this? That's how it is going to be. And with the conversation, principals will definitely have an ability to find out what is truth and what is false. Well, the same point is also used as an advantage by many students out there to do something and say that, ma'am, maine nahi kiya, mera system hack ho gaya. So it becomes very, I would say, people are generally in a dilemma to believe what is true and what is false. Well, that's where we are in, and you need to have cyber experts in the school to understand if that was really done by that respective person. Yeah, this is with respect to password theft. Key logging is a method used to monitor and record the keystrokes typed in a computer. So there is something called as key logging. That's a software. What they do is they'll install it on your system. Okay. After that, whatever you type on your keyboard, everything will get recorded in that log. You will think that nobody knows whatever I'm typing, but no. Keystrokes are recorded, the passwords are recorded, and the people who have installed this, they will completely come to know whatever you have messaged someone, even on WhatsApp. So you think WhatsApp messages are end-to-end protected? Yes, it's protected on WhatsApp, but not on your keypad. So this is a very dangerous thing called as key logging. We need to be very careful about it. So whenever you give your phone to anyone else, be very, very careful about it. And can we see the email of hackers in Assam? Shanti ma'am, how about hackers are so smart that they're getting into your email? They'll definitely delete the sent mail, right? Obviously, you'll not even know that a mail was sent from your place. Very difficult. Let's go forward. Next one. Phishing. Now, phishing is an interesting term. We generally know phishing, F-I-S-H-I-N-G, right? Phishing. You think you have gone to a pond or a lake to actually fish. The fish is out there. But what exactly phishing over here means? Phishing is the wrong spelling of phishing, indirectly communicating that you are typing something on a form. Let this form be application to an internet banking facility, or applying or application for or booking a train ticket on IRCTC. So what you do is you think that that particular thing is the actual website of that particular, whatever work you want. It could be HDFC Bank or it could be IRCTC website. But actually that's a fake thing created. It's like duplicate forms. Looking at the duplicate form, you think they are original, and then you start typing it. You think you are actually phishing, F-I-S-H-I-N-G, but you're actually getting fished, P-H-I-S-H-E-D. I hope you're able to understand. So in phishing, the criminals get their hands on the victim's sensitive information, such as login credentials, bank account details, then they misuse it in various ways. So it's all about entering your details on a wrong form. This actually happens. I'll tell you one very good incident. So how many of you have got this message called as uh, you know uh, you have won 1 crore rupees? So actually my father has got this message called as, in a lucky draw you got 1 crore rupees by HDFC Bank. He doesn't even have an account in HDFC Bank. And he was like, he called me like, Vasu, you know what, I got 1 crore, God blessed me finally after my years of work. Now I'm retired and I'm getting 1 crore from someone. And oh, you got 5 crores. And immediately he clicked on the link and he started typing the details. Good that internet was not working at that time. He called me and said that this is what is happening. Then I told, don't fill up the form. They'll ask you for the account details, IFSC code, including the passwords, and you by mistake put it over there, and a lot of money gets lost. Well, whatever I spoke right now is a fictional story. Nothing of this sort happened, but this can happen to anyone out there. I hope you're able to understand this point, teachers. Yeah. So it's like filling up a duplicate form, thinking that it is for you. So this you won a lucky draw and all these things. They send a mail with a wrong form, that is called as phishing. And there is a software to do this, which is called as ransomware. We'll talk about that little later. You got many times. Kaun banega crorepati? Yeah, exactly. These are dangerous. Recently, you got a fake call from courier provider for lying to exactly. Never send any money. 1 rupee bhi agar Google Pay mein bola to mat karo. Even car challan. Exactly. Z5 sir, exactly, Raghubir sir, you're right. Seems like mail from legitimate person, but it's not. Very good. You got that. You all know cybersecurity to a large extent. This is called as phishing. Yeah, phishing is when black hats pretend to be genuine organizations and send fraudulent messages to individuals, promising them rewards and asking them to provide their private information. Let's go to the next one. This is called as malware attack. Now, malware attack is another software which is more like virus creation in a system. These are like sleeper cells in the sense आपको पता नहीं चलेगा वो कंप्यूटर में है. You will never know that the thing is present in the computer, but when the time comes, they can get activated. So here in this case, sometimes computers behave very oddly. The system abruptly slows down. Suddenly it starts restarting multiple times. The files get corrupted. Sometimes there is even a message on the screen that you are hacked. Send 1 lakh rupees so that I excuse you of all the data. Otherwise, your data will become public. Now, sometimes what will happen is the people who do not really have, the data like that. I mean, just imagine a simple person who's like hardly they will have 1 or 2 photos of theirs. I'm just going to take Chandrasekhar sir's example. Chandrasekhar sir ka na 5-6 picture idhar udhar hai, and there is a message like this. Chandrasekhar will not care. He'll be like, jane do. At least this way I will become famous. But just imagine if you have a data that's quite sensitive in nature, some private pictures of yours, maybe it could be your marriage, or maybe something where you were completely yourself. And these pictures are not wrong. It's completely fine. But these malwares can, use such kind of information and start blackmailing you. Now that is the place where we start getting scared. So it's not about the attack, it is about our data that's present over there. So it's important for us to know what kind of data needs to be uploaded on any platform, or even in your computer for that matter. If you have really sensitive data, buy a hard disk, put it over there, and let that be in a separate place, an external hard disk that I'm talking about, if that is that important. That's what all these millionaires and billionaires do. They won't have information just like that on the laptop. They'll keep it separately. Yeah. So useful and important files get deleted. Access to essential files is denied. A malware attack is a cyber threat in which malicious programs are used to infiltrate and harm computer systems, networks, or devices. Sometimes when your mobile phones become very slow, it need not be because because of the system. It's because the latest app that you downloaded from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store was not really the right app that you downloaded. It was by an attacker who launched an app, a duplicate app, and you downloaded that by mistake. That could also be a malware attack. I hope you're able to understand malware as well now. So usually malware spread through email. Hackers may send emails with links. When clicked, it installs the malware in a system. Once the malware is in a system, it can harm the system in many ways. It compromises privacy and security, hampers system performance, spreads and replicates to other system. Yeah, this is called as malware. The last point, here we go. Ransomware is the last point, where hackers sometimes attack a victim's computer directly. As a result of this attack, the victim cannot access any of his personal or work related files, and the computer is locked as shown over here. So ransomware attack is a cybercrime in which the hacker locks a victim's data and demands payment in exchange for releasing it. Never ever trust this. If there is something like this happened, install a very good antivirus so that things become normal. Ransomware can cause significant problems. If the victims don't have backups, they may lose their data. The ransom demands can lead to financial losses for the victims. It has happened multiple times. These attacks can disrupt businesses, leading to productivity loss and reputation damage. So this is ransomware. So when we talk about the 5 areas of cyber crimes, it's identity theft, password theft, phishing, malware attack, and ransomware attack. Now when you go attend any workshop on cyber safety and security, when they use these terminologies, you'll be able to understand what exactly they're speaking about, even if you do not know the basics. Now you know with this workshop, right? It's just the understanding of the basic definition. How does an internet work? What do you mean by hard disk? How two computers can be connected to each other? Simple, a cable, that's enough. So in this basic manner, if you're able to understand that, then things become very easy. Now coming to the last part of a session, where can I learn all these things? Can I really get certified? Of course, Super Sunday workshop, you're getting certified. But for the first 25 hours of mandatory CPD program, the CIET has started the training programs which has the certification. But they have a catch. You need to score more than 70%. They conduct assessments. Well, here we go. For that, you need to go to the YouTube channel, and the moment you open. So for example, online training day 4, legal aspects of cyber safety and security. So whatever I'm speaking right now is completely taken from here, and majorly the ones that are written in my own books, in our own books. So for that, let me show you over here. So online training day 1, cyber safety and security, policy perspective and need and scope. You need to come down and there is a link over here. Okay, for more information, visit this. So I'm sharing this link with all of you on the chat right away. And when you come down, you'll be able to see all the past webinars, whatever has happened so far. Well, whatever is going to come very soon, probably in the month of October and all, you will get that in the home page itself. I'll show you that as well. So no webinar found as of now, but there are things planned for the month of October. I saw it somewhere. Let's go to home and see where it is present. Okay. So these are self-learning modules and you can start learning from it. E-textbook studio, Diksha. I saw the notification somewhere. I'm not able to remember where it is. Okay. Anyways, coming to the actual website from where you can look into it. So there are 5 sessions on digital cyber safety and security, and you can undergo them. This happened in the month of June. It happened from 5th June to 9th June. I think June, right? Let me open this. June 5 se leke June 9 tak. So you can go to the link which is given in the YouTube channel of NCRT itself. Come down and you will be able to see these things. Click on number 4, page number 4. 23rd June, 19th June, 13th June, 7th June. Here we go. So 5th June, cyber safety and security policy perspective, need and scope. It's too much of gyan over here, but this is a good session. 6th June, technical aspects of cyber safety and security. 7th is also very good. 8th is interesting, but 9th is also a little bit of overarching, but that's okay. 5th to 9th June, if you undergo, you will completely understand what cyber safety and security is all about. I will also touch on these aspects in a more detailed manner in further workshops, but as of now, just want to give you can just click on the PPT over here or the video directly. It will take you there. For example, 5th June ka PPT, I just click over here. I'll get the complete presentation in the form of a PDF. So even if you want to talk about this to various institutions or students out there, being a trainer or a teacher, you can use these things. These are all open sources. I've exactly used the same thing in some of my slides over here today as well. One of them is why educational institutions. Cyber safety and security is an important topic over here in education because this is where the crime starts or ends. In case if the students are guided properly in school, a lot of things can be avoided and a lot of things can be safeguarded. That's why security and safety so play a key role in promoting internet safety, which can happen only in school education. Schools are primarily responsible for keeping systems, computers, network devices secure and functional. These are the things. Every school must have an antivirus. It's not for being safe in the computer world, but it's indirectly conveying the message to the children that if you have a computer or a laptop, you should have antivirus. That is a message that you're passing to the children. You should have approved Microsoft Office tools. You should have approved Windows systems or any operating system for that matter. So all these are indirect messages to children stating that this is how you should be online. This is how you're supposed to behave. Has significant databases. Personally identifiable information is also called as PII. We'll talk about this in another session in a detailed manner, and about the students and their families, and to address acceptable use of technology, data privacy, online behavior, and consequences for violations. All these things have to be dealt in the school itself. That is why in educational institutions, these are the important factors. Major highlights of cyber attacks in education sector. So top 5 targeted countries. Look at the attack. India is at the top with 28%. USA with 11.3%, and other nations are quite small. Brazil is with just 3%. वहां पे मिलेगा ही क्या? India is attacked to this extent because internet users are huge. And it is internet, but in United States there also internet is more, but the servers are very powerful. Servers in the sense, they will not allow any external hacking to happen to a particular system. Governments are also responsible for that, but in India it's quite open. It's a good thing that it's open for various reasons, but at the same time attack is also becoming very easy. Major institutes targeted was Byju's in India, education institute, which was continuously getting hacked and attacked. Then Harvard University, Coursera, then Dallas ISD, Stanford University, University of California. These are some of the institutes that got targeted for hacking. Then common attack vectors are ransomware is most common, vulnerability and exploits, business email compromise. Yeah, it's like you are using my content, I'm going to sue you in the court. We can have a compromise. No, never bend for that. Spear phishing. Basically, spear phishing is phishing, a technique of phishing, and you think that you're writing genuine content on a genuine platform, but you're not doing it. So you're blinded by the fact that you're actually phishing, but you're actually phishing. F nahi PH over here. Nice word, right? Well, now coming to the last part of CIET chart. Here we go. So this particular chart is a very good 2-pager. I would request the schools to actually take a printout of this and put it on the notice board. That's and on a very big sheet. It could be A3 or a chart paper A2, wherever you want, but you can put this. So they talk about basics of cyber safety and security, what exactly it is all about, and they talk about do the following if cyber bullied. These are information that's present out there. The person who would like to bully is also going to read this, so they'll get an awareness. This is wrong, something like that. So do not respond. Take a screenshot if possible. Block and report. It's present on each and every media platform. Talk about it to people. Be private, be aware. So this is something that they talk about cyberbullying. And yahan par, what are the things that happens in cyberbullying? I think you're not able to see. Let me zoom it a little bit. Yeah, nasty comments on your posts or posts about you. Now, cyberbullying in recent times, it has also happened on the other way. That means many people, students have started bullying the teachers. So now what do we do for that? You can't go to police as well. You can go, of course, you should go ideally, but somewhere you'll have this key. End of the day, he's a child, he's a kid, but don't you do not know if that's a kid or not. It could be anyone. So always raising an alarm is very important, even if it is affecting a teacher. The families of the teacher need to be well educated that anything can happen to the respective teacher's image. You should not get worried about it. If your family trusts you, or if your family is having the right understanding about you, I'm very sure the individual out there will never care about the external world. So be conscious about it. Coming to the next point, what are the internet safety and ethics? What are the computer safety and security methods? Safe email practices? All these are present on this. So let me share this link right away to you on the chat. So here it is. It's there in CIET website. Whatever I'm speaking is everything from CBSE and CIET. And I've already shared it on the chat. And one more was on the CIET webinars. That is also something that I'm sharing on the chat right now. That is also done. And then finally, one more website I wanted to give you, and that was over here. Great. So now when you go to the CIET website, there is a separate place where they have given the handbooks, or handbooks for cyber safety and security, guidelines for school, do's and don'ts for teachers, do's and don'ts for students. And this is the brochure that you saw right now, the A2 sheet, and handbook for adolescent students on cybersecurity by Ministry of Home Affairs. And these are the web links. So this is the most important website. So this is ICT curriculum by. Great, you got this. So I've shared all the links. The moment it is coming on the chat, please copy these links and keep it in your system, because the chat will overflow with multiple messages. And this is how it is. So we are coming to the last part of the session, teachers. I hope everyone got an idea of what exactly cyber safety and security is up to a certain extent. Now coming to the last information that I want to share with you, and this is quite interesting. So this is about this. Come on, to go to the slideshow. Okay, so look at this image over here. So there is a chapter called as copycats and copyrights that we have written. And here the information is, in 2011, a man. Okay, wait a minute. Now you will be able to see it properly. Okay, in 2011, a man named David Slater visited a reserve forest, basically in Indonesia. There, some monkeys were amused by his camera. So what this fellow did is, he kept a camera in the forest. I think some of you might know about it. And he wanted to see how the animals react to it. If you know this information, you can put it on the chat. So there were some monkeys who were amused by this camera and started playing with it. Surprisingly, this resulted in many, funny monkey selfies, out of which Mr. Slater used one as the cover page of his book. And that is the actual picture that you're seeing over here. And this photo became famous on the internet as the monkey selfie. Look at the smile that monkey has for taking a selfie. Yeah. Later, an animal rights group filed a case against him, saying that this is not the image, that you own it. You're not the owner of this image. The owner of the images is actually the monkey. You cannot use that monkey image on your cover page and make money out of it. They filed a case in the court. And you know what? The court said that, yes, this image does not belong to David Slater. It actually belongs to the monkey. So please remove it. So in this, the cyber law that we talk about plagiarism and all these things, the monkey won the case over there by saying that it's actually its own photo, though monkey was not part of the whole discussion out there. So this is one of the chapters on copycats and copyrights, which is on the chapter called as digital citizenship. So anything can happen in the world of cyber safety and security, teachers. The more aware you are about the rules and regulation, better you feel confident on the internet world. Yeah. And if something wrong happens, do not worry. That is not the reality. It can affect your reputation up to a certain extent, but that's okay, fine. That's completely fine, because there's be one day when it'll be proven wrong if you have genuinely not done it. Yeah. That's it from my side for another Super Sunday workshop on cyber safety and security, teachers. Thank you so much. It was another great day talking to all of you on this particular topic. According to me, very important topic. We are all connected online on internet. I would request everybody to go to CIET website, Get yourself certified on these sessions. You can start even writing mails to NCRT and CIAT over there. They've got the mail IDs coming at the last, asking for the certification, requesting everybody to follow those instructions as given by the leaders out there, Ministry of Education, and get yourself trained on. So let me close the session for today. It was great interacting on another Sunday. I hope everybody got a brief understanding on the basic terminologies of the world of cyber world. And in case if anybody has got a special requirement of the session to happen in your school, do let us know. I can come and deliver the session, both for the teachers and for the students, including the parents. This is happening right now and I'm doing it. OTP fraud can come under ransomware. I think so. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, teachers. Yeah, let's close for the day. And I'll meet you in another fantastic topic next Sunday. And I'll start sending the mails on like Tuesday or Wednesday itself. This time I really delayed a lot. I'm really sorry for that. Thank you so much. Jai Hind. If you have any queries, you can put it on the chat. Great. Meenakshi ma'am, you will receive last week's certificate is delayed a little bit because of my delay. Give me some time. By this weekend, you'll get both the certificates, this week's and the last week's. Archana ma'am, I'm still working on the team for NCF individual subjects. I need time. It's not on priority right now because it's going to get implemented in 25-26 academic year. And the subjects that we're talking about, it's not the 4 or 5 subjects that we currently have. Those are 8 curricular areas. So for each of these 8 curricular areas, there's no proper information as of now launched by the Ministry of Education. So I'm just waiting for the right information to come so that we speak on that. CSGM certificate will also be received, teachers. I'm still in discussion with few people for the certificate. There's some delay happening because of an external dependency. Give me some time, you'll get it. Swati ma'am, please fill up the reflection form. You will get my number on the chat. However, I'm sending it to you. Yeah. Thank you, Deepali ma'am. Thank you so much. If you have any queries, please put it on the chat. 1 hour of your time on a Sunday can give you at least 1 month of an extra exposure on a topic that you never expected. So you can regularly join. Thank you so much, Sukhdira ma'am. Regularly join, get to understand, meet new people, try to talk to other people on the chat here as well in a very gentle and polite manner. And yeah, Koteshwari ma'am, you are not able to receive the mail for registration because the numbers have increased a lot. I would request you to please join the Telegram group, or you can message me directly. I'll add you in the group personally. Telegram link. Super teacher team members, where are you? Keep putting the links on the chat. Hurry up. Thank you, Swati ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Ranjita ma'am. Archana ma'am, thank you so much. That's the intention. Yeah. Actually, things are very simple in reality. It's just that sometimes when people speak, it appears to be complicated. It's not. It's just that little bit of dramatization and a proper connection with real life aspects. You'll be surprised that everything is so very simple. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Maria ma'am, thank you so much. Telegram link is coming on the chat. The reflection form is also coming on the chat. Abha ma'am, thank you. Nafis, thank you. Kalyani ma'am, thank you so much. If you want to retain information, I would request you to gossip a lot about it. Talk to your children, talk to your spouse, talk to your parents, talk to the neighbors. Apart from talking about the latest serials that are happening out there, I would also request you to talk about whatever is happening on a particular Sunday. The more you talk, the more you gossip about something, the more you retain information. Sure. Sangeet Mehrotra ma'am, could you please message me on my number? I'm putting it on the chat. Great. Write a small article about it. Great, Pallavi ma'am. Thank you. Put it on LinkedIn. If possible, tag me. Otherwise, it's okay. No problem. Put it as a status. Do something, but talk about it. Thank you, Sunita ma'am. That's the intention. It's just that you do not have the time. I have the time and I'm doing it. That's it. So just get benefited out of it. Thank you. Thank you. If there is any question, you can put it on the chat. Thank you, Savita ma'am. Anyone else with any other question? Thank you, Nafis. Thank you. Thank you, Vaishali ma'am. Arka ma'am, that's a very good question. So the best antivirus software or tool available right now is anything that is updated latest. Okay, it could be Norton, it could be McAfee, it could be Kaspersky, it could be anything. So every operating system, like for example, I'm using Microsoft Windows. Rather than installing an external antivirus, Windows itself has got its own antivirus on the computer. You don't even have to install it. That's called as Windows Defender. You just go to the control panel and you need to enable it. That's it. And keep updating Windows Defender. That is the best in order to keep your system clean. Of course, McAfee and Kaspersky, they do a good job, but I think at a school level, that's not really required. Yes. Yes, Sarina ma'am. Thank you so much. You're unable to fill the form. Which mobile operating system is safe and safest? Like again, it depends on the way you use it. Well, it is found that the iOS or the Mac operating system by Apple is supposed to be the safest. That's what people claim it to be. But even on Mac OS or iOS, if you get fooled by someone, if somebody sends you a link and you click on that, even that does not become safe. So just because somebody's using Android doesn't mean that they are not safe. Just because you're using Apple ecosystem means that you're safe. At end of the day depends on one of your actions that determines your safety. So platform is kind of independent. Yeah. But people generally say that Apple is safe. I use Android and I'm safe so far. Let's see. Thank you so much for, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. 360 security is also good. Yeah, that is also good. I would go with Windows Defender, to be the ultimate one as of now, if I have to announce something publicly right now. Okay, I'm putting it on the chat once more, Sangeet ma'am, no problem. Exactly. Updated version of any operating system is the safest. Exactly. You're right. Eric. Archana ma'am, if your system gets hacked, now what is getting hacked is very important. Is it your computer got hacked without the internet connection? That means you have to completely erase your data and reinstall the operating system, or else use a very good antivirus to remove it and only safeguard certain information. Generally, we cannot do that. It will be preferable for you to take the laptop or computer or the hard disk to the nearest hardware and networking person who can repair it, or a software guy, whoever can do it. But you need to have that, or else you can actually if you're connected to internet and you're getting attacked, then you need to log out from everywhere and unsubscribe the channel from where you're getting the virus. Preferably as an individual, if you're getting attacked and you're very sure about it, take the computer to a person who knows about it. It could be a school computer teacher in the initial stage, and then probably a good hardware and networking person. Yeah, this is what I would do. But yeah, there's no standard procedure. But yeah, there are some cybercrime phone numbers out there to whom you can actually contact and say so and so things, and they'll keep your identity safe also. So you can find the cybercrime number. I don't really exactly know the numbers that are 1096 is one number, but I'm not really sure if that is the right number. But please check it, and you can raise a complaint over there. Yeah. Basudev sir, I have quick heal total security now. What it's a folder containing some files from quick heal or automatically gets in my computer's hard drive without my consent. How do you read this problem? Quick heal, very good. So that's a good point for the people who are present here. Sometimes what happens is antivirus will start creating viruses in your system if you do not renew it. I'll repeat it. Antivirus software that you've already installed in your system will start creating viruses so that you renew it. I hope you're able to understand. It will say that now that your antivirus is expired, please renew it by paying so much of amount. And if you do not, then this particular folder will get corrupted or this particular file will get corrupted. And who creates this virus? The antivirus which is present in the system. That's how the business works, right? So that is the reason I was quite strong saying that any antivirus externally is not really required. Windows Defender is the best. So here in this case, Basudev sir, that's what I feel. I'm not really sure if that is the case, but that's what I feel. Yeah. Great. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Holistic progress card, right, Devchandra ma'am? Yes, we will be talking about it. Download any app verified by. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Arka ma'am, you're right. We can download it. Ujjwala ma'am, thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Sai Jyoti ma'am, that's a nice way of putting it. Chalo, let's close for the day, teachers. I'll meet you again in another Super Sunday workshop. Bye, everyone. Happy weekend and all the best for your upcoming weekend.